Welcome to this video where we will be having a look at the Grades 5 Revision Set A. Question 1 says we've got this vector 4, -2, which is A, and B, which is -3, 5. And we need to write down as a column vector what 2A plus 3B is. So the first step is to substitute in what we have for A and B into this equation here. So 2 multiplied by 4, -2, plus 3 multiplied by -3, 5. So what we're going to do is multiply the x and the y coordinate by 2. So 2 times 4 is 8, 2 times -2 is -4, so that's the first column vector, plus 3 times -3, which is -9, and then 3 times 5, which is 15. Next we're going to add the x coordinates together, so we've got 8 plus -9, which is -1, and then -4 plus 15, which is equal to 11. So the final answer is -1, 11. Question 2 says solve this quadratic. So we've got x squared minus 9x plus 14. So to solve a quadratic, we first need to factorize it. So we're going to use the maths method to do this, where M stands for multiplication, A stands for addition, and then FS stands for first and second number. So the way that we get this M value is we multiply the end number by the first number. So the first number in this case is just 1, so 1 times 14 is 14, and then the A number is this number in the middle, which is -9. Then we think what two numbers multiply together to give us 14, but also add together to give us -9. So these two numbers are -7 and -2, because -7 times -2 is +14, and -7 subtract 2 is -9. So what we can do from here, since the number in front of the x squared is 1, we can go straight into these brackets, have x, which is the variable we're considering at the start of each bracket, then followed by the two numbers that we've got. So 1 is -7 and 1 is -2, and this is equal to 0. So in order for this equation to be equal to 0, that means that one of these terms must equal 0. So either -7 is equal to 0, or x minus 2 is equal to 0. So to solve this equation here, x minus 7 equals 0. We're going to add 7 to both sides so that x is equal to 7, or if we add 2 to both sides here, x is equal to 2. So there's two solutions for the quadratic here, x is equal to 7 or x is equal to 2. Question 3 looks at simultaneous equations. This question says solve the simultaneous equations 2x plus 3y equals 18 and 3x minus 2y equals 4. So when we're doing simultaneous equations, we need to make the number in front of either the x's or the y's the same. So in this question, I'm going to try and make the numbers in front of the x's the same. So 2x plus 3y equals 18, and then 3x minus 2y equals 4. So if I want to try and make the x's the same, I'm going to multiply this top equation by 3 and this bottom equation by 2. This way I'll have 6x plus 9y equals, and then 18 times 3, which is equal to 54, and then 2 times 3x is 6x, 2 times -2y is -4y, and then 4 times 2 is 8. So here I've made the x's the same, this number in front of the x's the same. So if the signs are the same, then we're going to subtract, and if the signs are different, we're going to add. And we're looking at the signs in front of the numbers that we've made the same. So both of these are +6, so the signs are the same, so we're going to subtract the equations from one another. So 6 minus 6 is just 0, 9 minus -4, this is 9 plus 4, which is equal to 13, so we've got 13y, and this is equal to 54, subtract 8, which is equal to 46. And then if we divide both sides of the equation by 13, 46 divided by 13 is equal to 3.54 to 2 decimal places. And then to get x, what we're going to do is substitute this y value back into either equation 1 or equation 2. So looking at equation 1, we've got 2x plus 3y equals 18. When y is 3.54, we're going to put this into this equation. So 2x plus then 3 times 3.54, so 3 times answer. This is equal to 10.62, and this is equal to 18, and then we just solve this. So minus 10.62 from both sides. We get 2x, which is equal to 18, subtract 10.62, which is equal to 7.38. And then to get x, we just divide both sides of the equation by 2. So divide this by 2, and we get 3.69. So x is equal to 3.69, and y is equal to 3.54. Question 4 says a number is chosen at random from the universal set. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What is the probability that the number is in the set A union B, where A is all of the even numbers and B is all of the multiples of 3? So let's first draw a Venn diagram. We're going to draw our outside box and then inside our 2 circles. On the left, let's call this one A, and on the right, let's call this one B. So let's fill in this Venn diagram. All of the even numbers are represented by A, so that is 2, 4, 6, 8. And then all of the multiples of 3 are 3, 6, and 9. So the common number between both of these is 6. So that's going to be placed in the center. And then for A, we've got 2, 4, 8. And then for B, which is the multiples of 3, we've got 3 and 9. The numbers that are neither A or B are 1, 5, and 7. So the probability of A union B is A or B. So that includes everything in A and everything in B. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 numbers out of a total possible 9. So if we simplify this, this is equal to 2/3. Question 5 says, given that A to B is 5 to 2 and B to C is 4 to 3, find the ratio of A to B to C and give your answer in its simplest form. So we've got a common number here. So A to B is 5 to 2 and B to C is equal to 4 to 3. So the common letter here is B. So B is 2 in this one and B is 4 in the second ratio. So in order to get A to B to C, we need these numbers to be the same. So if I times this whole ratio here by 2, that means we'll get 2 times 2, which is 4, which will match the B in the second ratio. But we also need to multiply this A value here by 2. So 5 times 2 is 10. So A to B to C, 5 times 2 is 10. 2 times 2 is 4. And then C is 3. So 10 to 4 to 3 will be the final answer. Question 6 says write down the turning point of the graph y equals x minus 3 all squared minus 5. So to find out what the turning point is from this equation here, we change the sign of the number inside of the brackets and then keep the number outside. So the turning point is at 3 minus 5. Question 7 says calculate the length AC. Triangle has AB, which is 8.2 centimeters, and BC is 6.5 centimeters. So we've got 8.2 centimeters and we've got 6.5 centimeters. So to do this, we can use Pythagoras' theorem that says a squared plus b squared is equal to c squared. So if we put the numbers in, this is C, this is A, and this is B. So we've got 8.2 all squared plus 6.5 all squared, and this is equal to x squared. So to get x on its own, I can just square root everything above, so square root all of this sum here. So I'm going to do that on the calculator. So we've got the square root of 8.2 all squared plus 6.5 all squared, and this is equal to 10.46 or 10.5 centimeters to 1 decimal place. Question 8 says triangle ABC has sides AB, which is 8 millimeters, BC is 10 millimeters, and AC is 6 millimeters. Calculate the size of angle ACB. So if we've got ACB here, we can use SOHCAHTOA. So in SOHCAHTOA, we've got the opposite, the hypotenuse, and the adjacent. So the hypotenuse side is this longest side. The opposite side is directly opposite the angle given in the question, and then the adjacent side is the side next to the angle. So we look to see what we've been given. We've been given A and we've been given O. So this corresponds to TOA. So it's tan, followed by the angle in the question, which is x, and this is equal to O, which is 8, divided by A, which is 10. So to get x, or detach the trigonometric function from the angle, we do the inverse tan. So tan to the minus 1 of the fraction, and this is equal to x. So on the calculator, we do this by pressing shift, then the trigonometric function to bring up this inverse function, and then 8 over 10. So this is equal to 38.66. So to the nearest degree, the final answer is 39 degrees. Question 9 says a line passes through the point 0, -6. The gradient of this line is -2, and we need to write down the equation of the line. So the equation of a straight line is y equals mx plus c, where m is the gradient, so we're told that the gradient is -2. So the first part will be -2x, and we're told when the x coordinate is 0, the y coordinate is -6. So that means that the y-intercept is -6. So when the x coordinate is 0, that will be where the line crosses the y-axis. And in this equation here, c is the y-intercept, so the final answer will be y equals -2x minus 6. Question 10 says work out the following and give your answer in standard form. We've got 12 times 10 to the 4 divided by 6 times 10 to the minus 4. So we're going to do the numbers first. 12 divided by 6. This is equal to 2. Then we've got 10 to the 4 divided by 10 to the minus 4. So we've got the same bases separated by a division sign. So we're going to subtract the powers. So we've got 10 to the power of 4 minus -4, which is 8. We're going to combine these two answers here to give us 2 times 10 to the power 8. This is in standard form already because 2 is a number between 1 and 10, and then we've got this 8, which is a positive power. So 2 times 10 to the power of 8 is our final answer. So this concludes the video on the Grade 5 revision Set A. Remember to like and subscribe for more videos like this.